I gotta add this part to screen, scene. I don't even know if this shit is working though. It would be dope if it was though. We got the light that. Yeah. The camera's supposed to be 1080. And I don't know what happened to my comment section. I really have no idea what's going on whatsoever, as you can see. It's crazy. I'm already at a time where I'm looking at tech and I'm like, this is a little overwhelming, fam. Let me see if this shit is actually working though. Congratulations. Blah 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 blah. Don't save. When did this happen? That's some other shit. Does this mean I thought I was expecting to see myself right here already? If this is, it's definitely not going the way I thought it was gonna work. I've never done any of this stream URL key shit, but I expected to see myself right here, and it's not happening. A stream URL, a stream key. It's not asking me for any of that. What the fuck is going on here? I see the mic is good. If anything, I might be peaking a little bit. Let me pull that back just a little shit. That might do it. You see my screen. We trying to work it out, man. It says stop streaming, so I gotta be streaming right now. But the comment section is what I'm really looking for. Like, where is that at? It's supposed to be, oops, studio mode. No, that's not it. Settings. Maybe update channel output. You know I don't be trying to read all of this. My eyes. Studio mode. Multi-view. Importers. I can't be it. Bombclot. Alright, it's not in general. Is it in appearance? Possibly. Server. Ingest server. Ignore streaming service. Output. All of this shit is good. Where the fuck? Maybe it's here again? No, not yet. Nothing. I feel like there's a way. There's a way. I could watch what the fuck is going on right now. I know this is painful for you if it's this painful for me. Okay, it's not really like here. Is it here? Live? Okay, there I am. Does this thing work? There's 3 viewers. Okay. 1 like. No, there's 6 live viewers. Alright, but how the fuck? That ain't it, son. Alright, today's been a testing day for me. This is the farthest I've gotten. Like, streaming my... I just figured out how to stream my screen. As you can see, like... This is gonna be fun. Kinda. Once I get it figured out. Doop. I feel like this is where it should be here. Maybe that should be right there. But son, start virtual camera. What's that? The virtual camera is not installed. All right, boom. I think that's like a third party camera that I don't have yet. Anyway, as you can see, we doing things. I forgot who said it on my last stream. She was like, "Yo, this is where we should all like be live together." And I was like, "The only way you could do that with is a Zoom." But apparently you can do that with an encoder. Plus, there's all this other shit you could do too with an encoder. You could have overlays, you know, sound effects, replays, and you could have like interviews with people at the same time. Once I get this shit figured out, we're gonna have it hooked up. But as you can see, like this ain't it right here. So I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna get out your way, fam. I'm just on here trying to figure shit out, and the only way to get to it is to get through it. Oh shit, look, there's comments right here. What does that mean? Oh shit, I think I did it. How did I even do this just now? Look, they trying to get me to read shit as I'm on here. Oh, it's on the website. Smart Savvy was good. Nike Chin never was good. I got this bright ass light in my eyes, can barely see. Smart Savvy said I will get better at this. Yeah, at some point. I see there's a delay. That's crazy. But you know, like this is progress, because maybe we could stream like some anime on here. That would be dangerous, but like I said, the only way to get through it is to get to it. We gotta try that. But I could show you things much easier, like trading. This would be dope to break down the trading strategies. I had this idea to like show the things on the internet that I've seen today that have touched me the most. Yeah, so I wanted to do that. And there's a way I could do that. Like, this is dope. How far behind is it? I don't know. It's looking like maybe a minute behind. I'm watching myself. All right. Yeah, that shit is like a whole minute behind where I'm at right now. Is there a way I can make this shit go? Anyway, if nothing else, before I let you go, because I know this probably looks crazy right now. I can't wait to watch this shit back to see like what they said it's supposed to be 1080p. This is my built-in MacBook camera. I feel like I need to go get like an external webcam for this shit. But shout out to you all for being here for the launch. All right. So one thing I wanted to show you. How do I get to my page, B? Replies? No, repost. This is like a 20 page read I'm about to offer you all, and then I'll get out your way for the night. This is from a Threads account called The Fruits and Seeds, and it was really fucking good. Like, pretty much what I would say if I took the time to write this eloquently. So, Fruits and Seeds starts off by saying, "Friend," in all caps, period. "You're having an awakening. I get y'all want a nice, clean, step-by-step guide on how to move forward once you realize everything you know is a lie, made up by a bunch of satanic PDF files." I love the way she does that. So today we'll talk about action in all capitals. Whether it's Epstein, ICE, that word. Can you see this? I hope y'all see this. We pay for, emphasis on that word, the G word, we pay for. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Fuck all that. Genocides we pay for, and any next big thing of the last decade plus minus You're learning the institutions you were taught you could trust are not just corrupt, they're working as they're supposed to and are structurally complicit in harm. Can I hit the next button? Yes. Awesome. I love one button touches that are functional. Awakening is so inherently uncomfortable, people may not even feel right using the term, but that's what's happening. You might feel disoriented, confusion, anxiety, anger, grief, outrage, and all of the feels are valid. These are the symptoms of an ontological rupture. Your base level assumptions about how the reality works no longer hold. The carpet is essentially pulled out from under your feet, but there's no floor beneath it, and that's scary. You can no longer just put along in life. Oh no, putt along in life, excuse me. You can no longer just putt along in life, trusting the experts because the experts are ... at best doing shit like drugging their wives with antibiotics after giving them an Epstein Island STD. They don't give a fuck about you. Many of us have been here for a while and built entire lives, skill sets, nervous systems around distrust in these institutions. All right, hold on. Okay. It's probably my babies. Oh shit. Excuse me, I got some pictures for my daughters just now. Sorry to interrupt, but this is important. Yep. Aura is running track these days, and she goes to sleep afterwards because, of course, they have a running track. And then afterwards, Lumi is the one who's fully charged. So it's funny. Babies. All right, so they don't give a F about you. Many of us have been here for a while and built entire lives, skill sets, nervous systems around distrust in these institutions. Because we had to. The awakening happened earlier, 2011, 2012 for me. Almost the same for me, but it was probably 2011, 2001 for me personally. If you know, you know, and if not, it's important that you do. When us humans are faced with the feeling of free falling through the unknown, our instinct is to panic, to start clinging onto anything available to us that makes sense, to replace the ground below us. Think of time when you tried to make change in your life. There's that liminal period where you've left the old, but you're not in the new yet, and your subconscious mind is constantly trying to rebuild the old situation for the safety of familiarity. The old framework for understanding reality has collapsed. The institutions you spent your life funding and following. The expert shall try to gaslight me into trusting. She personalizes it right there for the first time. The authority blatantly controlled by outside interests. You can't unsee it, and you probably call it the end of the world. This in-between space between the world you can't go back to and the one you want to create is deeply uncomfortable, and it's important that you learn not to run from that discomfort. When you're in this space, you might want to binge a bunch of information. You might want to stop sleeping and comb the Epstein files instead. You might find yourself looking for both villains and saviors. You may spiral into absolutism. You might be reading a post and write in the comment section, it would be more productive. I think she just forgot the word if right there. It would be more productive if you would give actual action steps, unquote, lots of laughs. Have you ever left a toxic relationship or religion? This is the moment where you either integrate or fracture. When the illusions in your life, the government, the world, etc., begin to fall, your nervous system panics. This is where your discernment gets skewed. Certainty starts to look good again, and outrage starts to feel purposeful. But rushing to rebuild that old ground, or swapping it for something that feels solid enough, often winds up recreating the same patterns in a different form. That's why putting words to the mechanics of it all is important. Action today, right now, in this timeline is not primary about what you do. It's about how you metabolize reality without being hijacked by it. That was fire. This is not to say you shouldn't take any tangible action you feel called to take. Boycotting corporations, protesting, putting PDF in a wood chipper, etc. It is to say that we are living inside a matrix of continuous psychological stress, and how you do the things you do matters, because WW3 is spiritual, all capitals, as much as it is material. Between not just the news cycles, but the food, air, water, etc., our nervous systems are almost never at baseline. And from this space, most of the actions you think of are reactive, compensatory. Ooh, I like that word. I don't really know. I think I know what it means, but I got to look it up after this. Facts. Performative, disassociative. That's why you see people burning out on activism or trying to self-optimize into numbness. Woo! Bars. You see people hoarding info and knowing but never moving. You see people demanding instructions rather than building discernment. In a timeline that has weaponized your reactions against you, please learn that this isn't suggesting you become emotionless or that feeling is bad, wrong, so that I can stop clarifying it so much. Learn to hold two truths at once. I love that. Action is anything that increases your capacity to respond rather than react. You don't have to make a sign and take to the streets. You don't have to quit your job, abandon society, buy land tomorrow, etc. You need to build your capacity, and that is a bar, and we're only halfway through. Stick with me, y'all. Y'all still with me? Let me come back. Let me see if y'all still with me, or is this thing even still working? Oh, the Bohemian is here. What up? I was wondering where you was at. That's what's up. I was thinking to myself, yo, Bohemian don't even come through no more. I'm about to stop doing this shit. Nah, pause. I did think that for a second, but I know I was being facetious. Anyway, this happens one on an internal level. These are highly undervalued shifts. The ones y'all call spiritual bypassing, the second you smell them. Sometimes rightfully so, because people often act like this is the only action you should take, and that's wrong too. Internal actions are the invisible labor that shift who you are and how you show up in the world. It's conditioning, far more tangible action. Not an end state, but inner strength that helps you navigate this psychological battlefield. Taking internal action can look like learning to interrupt doom scrolling. Pay attention to this one, y'all. This one is the one that made me start reading the whole thing. This is the first one that I saw. I was like, who is this person? Taking internal action can look like learning to interrupt doom scrolling, learning how to actually see yourself outside of the roles, identities, and projections you were trained to perform, emotional regulation so you don't get pulled into reaction versus response, slowing down everything in your life, developing discernment instead of collecting beliefs. Bars. The point here is that if you can't stay oriented inside yourself, every external action you can take will be co-opted. I was like, yo. 2, through micro actions. These are external local material. This is reducing the system's leverage over you. We want to leave society, exit the matrix, get a compound, opt out completely. Just get the fuck away from this world built by demons and lizard people. Unfortunately, you can't really. I tried. Lots of laughs. So instead, you learn about how they heard you. And little by little, you start living in direct contradiction to it. Micro actions look like building practical skills like growing food, communicating, basic finance, cooking, repairing things, making clothes, animal husbandry, reducing dependency where possible, without fantasy. Where this is where I guess slash how you spend your money comes into. I guess there's no slash needed there. Maybe a comma. This is where how you spend your money comes into play, and it's so important. Nah, yeah, she wrote it right. She's good. Strengthening in-person local relationships, creating redundancy in your life. This stuff is slow, sometimes boring, and doesn't come with a lot of validation, but that's why it works. If you're looking for action steps so you don't have to sit in the discomfort, I get it. It's a very human thing. But that's also the same impulse that perpetually rebuilds more of the same. We have essentially been tricked into believing our reactions to everything, the polarization of everything. Shouting into the void will eventually lead to a change because maybe at some point in history it did, and it worked. But the people running the larger game that many of you are just now becoming aware of are aware of that. And at this point in time, they've weaponized that type of reactive action against us. Now, these more subtle forms of lived action are more important than they've ever been before. This idea that you shift who you are internally first is more important than it's ever been. This is not to say that you shouldn't be angry or calling representatives or demanding justice or doing more direct forms of action. It is to say that you also need to become the type of person that can even live in the world that you are imagining. Facts. Let's go. Right now, people values aren't aligned with their actions because they've been waiting for institutions they don't trust to make those values real. A lot of y'all literally waited for them to tell you they were doing all of these horrible, unspeakable things when the patterns had been patterning all along. I love how y'all women be doing the car is carring or the walk is walking. Like y'all stay doing shit like that. Anyway. You don't get to outsource alignment, friend. We know this. You have to start living it. You have to embody it. Gil was not saying the revolution will not be televised because CNN refuses to cover it. He was saying it happens first inside you, in who you are, what you can sustain, the skills you have, and the life you're building when no one's watching. Just FYI, the cabal of satanic PDFs that you so desperately want to throw into a wood chipper doesn't give a shit whether you like them or not. They don't care who you vote for, what you write on your sign. All they want is for you to remain sick, sad, and dependent on the same scam. So the most powerful thing you can do, even though it's slow, you don't get a lot of attention and validation for it, is to start creating a life that exists in direct contradiction to that fact. And that's it. That's what I pretty much wanted to come share with you all and, come talk and kick the shit. I have no idea what's going on. But it looks like this is still working over here. Damn, it's that far back? Jeez. Oh, let me get off. I'll review. All right, I just wanted to make sure it was still going. All right, y'all. I'm going to end this live. It was good catching up with y'all. I'm going to work on this encoder business. The name of the encoder is OBS. So apparently, this is the one that's the most popular and the most easy to use. Quite frankly, I'm a little lost right now. I'm not going to hold ya. But let me get my prayer going, and I will bid you adieu. To the one of us who is many, we come to you in total awareness. Grant my friends peace, progress, prosperity, persuasion, pleasure, patience, and panacea. I always have trouble remembering all of those P words. Patience and panacea in the present and the eternal present. Ashe aho amen and like alakan. Peace. All right. Now that I think about it, I might just go live on my phone after this to see what happened. Nah. That would be too much because y'all lagging behind. So if I get live on another one on the phone, y'all gonna drop this one and come to the next one. All right. So I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow on the phone and we see without this whole thing and we'll see how this works. All right. Later.